Man, whoa, what a week. Yeah, I'm actually very excited to put this video out because this is one week where I'm the most proud of myself in terms of like quality of work I put in and how I showed up. And yet I feel like I'm only in the beginning phases of what it means to actually show up because I'm not yet hitting like double digits, like 10 hours a day or 8 hours a day yet. So, but like the consistency in how I showed up this week was there was only a day whereby I like truly dipped. I'm okay, not even a week now. I'm talking of for the past 2 weeks because I've not made a video. Almost 2 weeks actually. But the consistency in showing up is like I'm very proud because it's not like showing up just to say I mean make I just show up today, but like showing up, actually putting in the work and all that. And there's like a couple of learnings I've had this week that I really want to talk about. Like, and I'm very proud to talk about this one because this is not like I'm trying to find the lesson. This is like almost now lesson like there's so much lessons that I learned from actually showing up. The first major lesson is like you have to focus, like you have to learn how to focus. That's something I've just been like repeating to anybody who cares to listen. You have to remove distractions. Focus is not about being like, oh, I'm going to be disciplined today. It does not work that way. Believe me, I spent the last year trying to do it that way. It just does not work. I'm going to show up today. It does not work. Get it to your skull. It does not work. What you have to do is actually remove distractions. You are going to like isolate yourself, put your phone in another room. You're just going to make it hard for you to do anything else than the work that you need to do. You can be like, today's the day I'll show up the most, or you can just be like, you know what, I'm just going to show up for 5 minutes today, but let me just put my phone aside, and then you show up for 5 minutes. Then you try not to check your phone. You're still going to check your phone and all that because you're still like developing that muscle. But at least just reduce the extent of distractions that you have, and the more you show up, the better it gets, the easier it gets for you to still show up the next time. That is something I did not quite understand the depth of what it meant. Like I knew it in my head, but I didn't understand the depth of what it meant. I had to delete two social medias off my phone. I've installed X back, but like Instagram and F had to go for a while because I was like, I need to focus, and focus is subtraction. Focus is saying no, and the best way to say no is by removing the things in the first place that you might have said yes to. So when you are tempted to scroll on X and on Instagram, the reason you are tempted to even scroll there in the first place is because they are on your phone. If you just delete them, there's like I can't scroll because there's nothing to even. It's not my phone, so you can't scroll. And it's just like you can spend all this time trying to avoid scrolling on X or Instagram. I can just be like, you know what, I'm just going to delete X and Instagram, and that problem is forever solved of trying to scroll and not. So yeah, so that's like the first one. The second one is like there's a lot of ideas that come with like putting in the work and all that. So you feel like you need to put in the work, and you start getting these ideas of like, oh, I can do this, or I can do that. And meanwhile, a lot of execution just has to be like, I'm just going to take the ideas, put them in one place, and do what I know I need to do. Don't be like, I want to try this idea, try this idea, try this idea. And I almost fell into the trap of that. So I have to create a document whereby I labeled that document Federal Speak Back of like this. I just started putting the ideas there first. I'm still like pulling a little out of those ideas, but it's just like I'm first of all going to try the things I know I need to do before I do any other new thing that like this might work. And the idea is still coming down to coming down to this concept of focus. It's still learning how to focus on doing what you know you ought to do, not this shiny thing there. And the shiny thing might work actually, but it's just like you know that this is what you need to do, and it's just having that dedication to doing what you know you need to do. So that's the other thing. The other thing is yeah, I'm checking my notes. One thing I really want to start doing now, especially now that I'm sure most, is like I want to really take documenting my lessons seriously. Apart from this video series I'm making, there's a whole lot of stuff I'm actually learning that I'm just like I need to write this down for like whoever needs this. Like I need to take some time out of my day to like really document the learnings I'm learning. I have I don't even want to talk about it here yet, but getting from your zero to your first $1,000 is very hard for most people. Some people get it quite easy, but like I'm talking of the category of person who likes for most people they just find it difficult. I just find that it doesn't need to be that hard if you know what you need to do. And like a whole lot of the problem is like mindset issues, which is like the worst kind of problems because it's just like it's the kind of problem that everybody be like, oh, mindset issue, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. But in reality, the mindset issue is what is stopping you from doing what you need to do. And trust me, I'm a huge Alexa Mosi guy, whereby it's just like fuck mindset, I just like do the work and all that. But it's just like you are going to cripple yourself out of doing what you need to do because of your mindset. And even that statement, I don't fully agree with it because you can just actually get started on the work right away, and the work itself will start curing your mindset. So it's the relationship between mindset and the work. It's a cyclical relationship. It's a circular relationship. It feeds into each other. You can start working your mindset and it feeds into your action, and or you can start working on your action and it feeds right into your mindset again, and so you can go on and on like that. Um, so there's a whole lot of learnings I need to do about. I need to document on that. I'm just very excited about it. So I'm tempted to talk about specific platforms I'm like doing maybe outreach and specific tactics and all that. But I'm just like, okay, till I land a client, I'm not going to like say anything per se until I actually land this client. Because the temptation is that like you just want to talk and say the things I'm doing, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll talk about what I'm doing, but I want to talk about stuff that works. I don't want to like confuse anybody in their journey. So I'm like, once I land a client, I'm like, "Bruh, this stuff hits and slap." I'm like, okay, then I'll start documenting about like what I'm doing, the learnings from like working the clients, or the learnings from like how I got the client in the first place and all that. So yeah, but I know I'm already very close. I have like other ideas, and it's just like I have to keep those ideas. Like ideas I know that if I spin off now, will make some money. But then also there's like, what about the hidden cost of things I don't see? Because that's the danger with like new ideas. The danger with new ideas is that you think that once you start executing the ideas, it will just start working right away. And the reality is there are some things about the ideas that you've not yet seen. There are some issues that idea has that the moment you start working on it, those issues start cropping to the surface, and you probably like get stuck there for maybe another 1 or 2 months. It doesn't always happen, but there's a very good chance. You can do the sure thing that you know works, or you can spend all your time trying to like jump from idea to idea. So that is that's just it. And what a great time to be alive. And hopefully, if I keep up this pace for the next 1 month max, I don't see myself not having like a very concrete result, right? And I feel like I won't say running out of time, but this is already ending of March. This is ending of first quarter, and I have to step things up, man. Like that's just the truth. I have to step things up because that goal I set at the beginning of the year is very real to me. I have all it takes to hit that goal, and it's just like if I don't hit that goal, it's probably going to be because of like some form of laziness in a sense. So, but I'm excited. So excited to make this video for you guys. I'll be uploading it right away, and see you guys next week. I will post one next week. Peace out, guys.